Canva. This is the main design program that I use for everything that I do, graphic design, and I do a lot of it. So this I've just found to be the most user-friendly, the best features, quickest to load, easiest to export things to different platforms like Etsy, for instance, Amazon. So I make a lot of Amazon journals and a lot of books. I have a lot of books published and notebooks, journals, all those types of things through Amazon KDP. So I'll do a whole nother video on that another time. This one in particular, I'll just show you basics of making a design, saving it so it's optimized for particularly uploading to Etsy. So I have a Canva Pro account, which I highly recommend to anyone who's going to use Canva seriously, because it's just opens up a lot more for you to use, a lot more features. Just makes it better. If you're going to use it at all, you may as well use it properly. So right, so to start with, you go to create design up in your top right hand corner. Click custom size. So for instance, for this one, because I'm uploading it to Etsy, I know that Etsy prefers the thumbnails on your Etsy listing to be 2000 by 2000 pixels. So we're going to select that one. And it's going to open up your design space. So you can see your canvas here, and you can rename it up here. So I'm just going to name it T-shirt design. Okay, so over here you've got what will open up is some templates, because at this point Canva doesn't know what it is you're going to design, so it just opens up all its templates. Feel free to use any of these, but you've got logos and all sorts in here if that's what you're creating. But in this case we're going to go across to the left hand side to elements, and here you've just got an unbelievable amount of different pictures and elements. Some of them are like little GIFs. Obviously you can't use those on your t-shirts and whatnot, but you can type in anything you like. So we'll go with cactus. So here's another little dancing one. So that's because you've got all selected. You'll have to go to graphics, and that will give you all the clip art type graphics under that particular thing that you've typed in. They just keep going. There's so many of them. Depends on what kind of thing you're looking to design. So in this instance, I'll choose this guy. Now when you select one, it's going to bring up a whole heap of other ones of the same style, for instance. So I'll just go see all. So now it opens up a whole list of ones that are designed similar to the one you just chose. So I'm going to leave it there because I want some out of this menu. So to drag these to size, you literally click on the corner of your drag point, and you can just move it around your canvas and position it wherever you like. So these guidelines are like little snap lines. They will snap it into place for you. If I was to shift it into the middle of my canvas, that's the center, and then that's the dead center. So no matter where you shift it around, it's going to put it in the right spot as far as the center goes. So I'm just going to put this one here. Now I want to copy this because I want another one exactly the same size. I don't want to sit here and try and get the right size and line them up and get them exact. So I'm just going to copy the same one. That'll just put another one in place. So I'll shift this over and see how it lines it up. It puts the 3 lines, makes sure that I've got this cactus in the exact same spot as the other one. So that's my 2 so far here. Now I want to choose, I think you'll probably see where I'm going with this once I've got it in. Probably this one. That's too big because it's going to go off the canvas, so we're going to resize this one as well. On a lot of programs you need to hold down shift as you're transforming things so that they stay in shape and stay in perspective, but with Canva you don't need to. You can just shift via the corners, no problems. If you were to use these little ones, it cuts the picture out. So it's like a little crop tool, this one. If you wanted to crop your picture in, let's say you only wanted that much, then you'd drop it there and then you can shift that around. It doesn't crop it permanently, so if I was to shift that out, I've still got the picture there. So that is where I want those, but now I want to resize all of them as one group. I don't want to have to resize them individually because I don't have any space now on my canvas to put any text. So in this case, you'll just drag across all three. You can see it's highlighted all three, and you just want to go group. That puts them in one picture. Now we can resize them together. So that's a little bit small. So we'll bring that up. We'll probably about that big. So that's put the main picture of my design on here. So then you can just go back here, and we want to go to text this time. So just down the left hand side to text. Now you're going to have all of these open up. They're just examples of the fonts in different layouts, written differently. You know, perhaps you've got a sale, if you're designing a flyer for a retail store. It doesn't actually give you like the traditional font listings you'll find in Microsoft Word or anything like that. So you just choose one that you like. I'm going to go with this one. So it will dump what you see here on your canvas, but it's editable, so that doesn't matter. So you just drag it out so you can see it. If there's a little bit like this, a little tagline, just delete it, double click it, delete it. Now double click on this word and you can now edit it. So if we drag this out now, it's going to put it all in one line. Then just click off the canvas so you can click back on and shift it around. That's the center apparently. That's the center of the canvas. Doesn't look right to me, so I'm just going to drag it in a little. Right, so this is a very basic design, but I don't really like that. So now that you've got your text, you've put your text on there, you can go up here to effects, and now you've got some options. If I wanted to curve that around, then I can do that and curve it, just trying to bring it out a little. So here is where you can affect the severity of the curve by sliding this along. That's obviously going to put it the other way. That's going to make it straight, and this is that way. So I personally would put it about there if it were me. But for some reason, to me, that doesn't suit the font. So if you don't want it, you just click none on the shape and it will put it back to where it was. You can put shadows. Click none again if you don't like it. There's a shadow. I think that's too severe, so you can change the offset. You can have it looking more 3D. You can have it non-existent again if you like. You can change the direction of the shadow. The transparency of the shadow, so you can have it sort of just there enough for you to see it, or ridiculous to the point where it looks duplicated. Again, just click none if you don't want anything. It'll take it back to its original state. So, right, once you've got your design in place, so I'm just going to leave it at that because it's just an example. Now this is the point where you want to share it to your computer. You just want to save it because now you're going to upload it to a mockup. So this is where we're going to throw it out of Canva onto our desktop just to bring it back into Canva so that we can use it as an actual image upload, and it's a file in its own right. So go to share. This one here you want to go download. So with Canva, if you press save as a PNG, it will save the full thing here that you're looking at, the full square. I always do transparent background, which will save the image. For instance, the cactus and the text here, it will save those with a transparent background, just those particular parts of the design. So I always do one as a transparent background. Actually, I forgot to back up here. I always save this one as TB, transparent background. So I know this is the one without the white behind it. Then we go back to download, leave it at 2000 by 2000 pixels. Just gives you a little bit more room to move to. You do want to save it as a PNG because that's going to give you, again, more room to move with your pixels. It's going to make it more manipulative. You can manipulate it more, stretch it, skew it. You can do whatever you like with it without it going out of clarity. You won't lose any clarity. So then just go download. That's going to save it onto your onto your desktop. Right, so now that that's done, you can go back out home, back out of that one. Now you want to create another design, and this one I still do as 2000 pixels because again this is one of the main ones you're going to upload to Etsy. So then you'll go across to here, and this is where let's see if this has changed recently. So I'll see t-shirt mock-up. No, sorry. In elements, go t-shirt mock-up. Yep, okay. So go graphics. And there's all sorts of different t-shirt mock-ups. You can even type in, this didn't bring up exactly what it used to. Here we go, photos. Okay, so if you go into photos and type, so elements, photos, type in t-shirt mock-up, you get these types of designs where they're stock photos with blank t-shirts for you to add the designs to. So let's just say, let's just add it to this one. So in this case, you just want to drag your picture out, just drag it all the way out to the edges. It's okay if some gets chopped off. Sometimes it actually looks really cool. You know, it just creates another picture, so that's fine like that. Now that's your mock-up, and now you're going to want to upload your t-shirt design onto that. So this is when you go uploads. You'll upload file, go to your downloads. There's your t-shirt design that you just did with the transparent background. Press OK or press upload. It's over here now to the left, uploading. So this is where it will make sense to you as to why we saved it with a transparent background. So as you can see here, these ones here, all these files, they have white backgrounds, so they're standing out. This one has no background whatsoever. It is just the image, which is what you want because you don't want anything but the image to show up over here on your t-shirt when you put it on. So we'll select that. Again, we're just going to design. So as you can see, this is not natural because the t-shirt's on an angle. No one would print a t-shirt with a design straight up like this if it's on an angle. So these little curly arrows are how you can throw it around to position where you would imagine it would be printed on a t-shirt. So I would imagine sort of, that doesn't look right either. A little bit further around. Maybe even a bit bigger. So it's just imagining that this is actually, click off it every now and again and have a look. So that looks pretty good. So if you want to have a bit closer look, you can zoom in down the bottom here. But that seriously looks like it's been printed on the shirt. So this is the best way that you can show your buyers what can be done with your designs. If you just upload the design, it's hard for them to visualize why they're buying it or what they could do with it if they did. So you can't assume that everybody is a visual person. You can't assume that they're going to look at your design and see what you see. You have to show them what you're seeing. You have to show them why you designed it. So this is the best way that you could possibly do that. So it's not just for t-shirts. If I wanted to delete that background and go into elements again, go into photos, replace t-shirt with tote bag, couldn't think of the word, sorry, tote bag mock-up. Again, you'll get the same thing. So you're going to get a whole heap of stock photos of people with tote bags. Let's just use this one. Notice how this has got Pro on it. You can't use this image or any of the ones with the crown unless you have a Pro account. So like I said, it really does limit you with what you can use, how professional your images can look if you don't have that profile. You will get some cool features, but you won't get all of them. Like I said before, it's not worth doing if you're not going to do it properly, personally. Alright, so then we would do the same thing, but notice now that I've put that new picture on top, my design's actually underneath it until I click off the screen. So you can change the position. Say this didn't come to the front like it just did. You can change the position by clicking on the image over here on position. I won't do it because it's in the right spot, but you can click forward, backwards, center back, center front, and you can position and layer all of your images in the right spot. So now I can put this on the tote bag and make it look like that's what's been designed. So there's the tote bag mock-up. So you can show people, put it on a tote bag, put it on a t-shirt, put it on a hoodie, whatever you can find a mock-up for that suits your design that you're actually selling it for. That's how you would do that. And then let's just say this was what you were going to upload to your Etsy. You would then go share. This time you're just going to upload this one as a PNG, just the whole thing as a PNG, no transparent background, because obviously the background is the woman with the tote bag and you want that in the image. So you'll go download PNG and just hit download. So you could name this one prick tote bag final, because that's, I don't know, whatever you want to name it. And then you would just go download. You're going to save it as a PNG. There's all different type files that you can save it as here. So the cool thing about this too is, I'll just say, if this was just a straight black image, there was no sort of printing type picture in it like this, you could save it as an SVG. Now an SVG is a cut file, so you can design things on Canva and save them as an SVG if you're going to upload them into a Silhouette Studio or Cricut Design Space or something that you're going to use a cutting machine with. You can also save them as an SVG to upload to Etsy as a download file, so people can buy a digital file of you that is an SVG. There is so much you can do with Canva that works with other programs and other machines, other tools out there. This is why I use it, because I use Cricut. I use Cricut Design Space a lot. I have an Etsy store. I do sublimation. All of these things, this one program, I can keep all my designs in one spot. I can keep the theme looking the same, the mock-ups looking the same, the advertising looking the same. It's quick. I can sit and design 10, 12 different designs to upload to my Etsy store in an evening, which keeps you on top of the algorithm because you are constantly posting on your Etsy store. You're constantly uploading something. Keeps your store active and at the top of the game as far as Etsy is concerned. So it will prioritize you in its search engines. It will prioritize you as far as what it shows the audiences coming through Etsy typing in your type of product. So rather than flicking between Photoshop, Illustrator, all these other different programs that you could be using, just use the one. You don't have to go looking, oh, did I design that one in Photoshop? No, I think I did that one in Illustrator. I did half of it in Illustrator and then I flicked it to Photoshop. Just do it all in Canva. It's got everything you need. It doesn't need to be complex. It's a design space and it works. So I've tried all the others. I use all the others for other things. I'm a photographer, so I use Photoshop all the time, but Canva is 110% the best design space that you can use, aside from the actual design spaces that come with your cutting machines if you're using Cricut. So yeah, all that aside, save it as a PNG and just hit download, and that will save it to your computer. So then you can just go and upload that straight to Etsy. If you wanted to, you could save this design here on its own on a white background to use as a thumbnail in your Etsy store, so you can have that image first so they can really just see the picture. Then you can have the mock-up of, hey, this picture here could look like this if you were to print it on this bag or on this t-shirt. So that you can save multiple different times the same image. And what I like about it too is now that that's saved, it's still two individual images. I can still manipulate this further if I like, despite the fact that I just saved it. So that, my friends, is how you go about designing a simple image on Canva and uploading it to your Etsy store. It's awesome. It's just so easy. So yeah, I really hope that that's been a good help to you. If there's any other videos you'd like me to do to show you around Canva or anything else that I do, just anything I've mentioned in here you want me to elaborate on, just throw a comment in the description, idiot, throw a comment down below and I'll make another video for you. So if you've not seen Canva before and you're intrigued by it, you can click on the link in the description. That'll take you straight to Canva. You can download it and have a go. Yeah, purchase the pro account if you're into getting into it and you have any questions, just give me a hoy. But yeah, click on the link in the description, take you straight there. So thanks for listening, everyone. See you next time.